So we've come to the final session of our Lent course, and we hope that you've all gained something from our time together. I certainly learned from this experience when we ran this course in the West Norfolk Priory group last year. We've been on a journey, and we started by looking at the physical buildings. We then asked what happens inside the church, our worship and prayer life. Then came the temperature in the church. Yes, we all know that some of our buildings can be rather cold, and perhaps because of that they can be unwelcoming. But it's the spiritual temperature that is what really matters. People will notice a church that is on fire for the Lord far more than the physical temperature inside. We have also looked at unity within the church, building bridges rather than walls. And then last week we looked at the treasures in us as individuals as part of the wider body of people in our churches. But what's next? In some ways, this week, we may be looking back over the last 5 weeks, but we also need to look forward. What has changed for you? Or has there been something that has reinforced your thinking as a result of this journey that we've been on? It doesn't have to be earth-shattering, but maybe something has changed in your relationship with God. Can we say, at the end of this journey that we have been on together, that we have discovered a new treasure within? Have you ever been on a pilgrimage? Where did you start? Where did you go? What happened on the way? All of our churches and all of us as individuals are on a journey, an unfinished pilgrimage. We are all work in progress. Perhaps we set out on that pilgrimage but faced adversity. We were tempted to give up, to turn round and go back. Perhaps we're fighting a losing battle. We've spoken a number of times over the last few weeks about the baggage within us as individuals and the baggage within our churches. Is it the baggage that is holding us back? During Holy Week, you will be following Jesus to the cross. After all, that is what our faith is all about, his death and resurrection. The cross and the empty tomb. Even though Jesus chose to go to the cross, everything was stacked against him, trying to stop him, but he was having none of it. Herod issued a decree to kill all the boys in Bethlehem. He wanted to stop the Messiah from day one, well before Jesus reached the cross. And then Satan tried to stop Jesus by tempting him with empty promises and bribes. All this I will give you if you bow down and worship me. Jesus didn't give in to that temptation. His mind was focused on the cross. Simon Peter tried to stop the guards taking Jesus, drawing his sword and cutting off the guard's ear. But Jesus rebuked him. Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me? How would the scriptures be fulfilled that say it must happen this way? And then Pilate found no basis for a charge to be made against Jesus and wanted to release him, but in the end he gave in to the crowd's demands. But of course, it had to be that way. Jesus kept going, heading towards the cross all the time. Where are we going on our pilgrimage? What is next for us? Perhaps the past is weighing us down. Are we looking back and wanting to replicate something fit for a bygone age? Sometimes we have to let go of the past and set aside the baggage. Have we sat down with God and asked him what his plans are? His plans for us as individuals and his plans for our church. Are we prepared to go where he wants us to go, trusting in his protection? And what about the future? Is it like driving a car at night, only seeing as far as our headlights will shine? Are we scared of what might be further down the road because we can't see that far into the future? That's okay. We only need to know where our destination is. We don't need to see every step of the way. God is our Alpha and our Omega, the beginning and the end. We can learn from the past, we can be in the present, and we can look confidently to the future as we put our trust in Jesus.